mafia boss was about to make the biggest mistake of his life. In the next 60 seconds, he would learn why children, when trained well, make the deadliest assassins. Fabio had only one flaw. He thought he could walk away. Don Luis disagreed. With a silent nod, his right-hand man Marco sealed Fabio's fate. The bullets came swiftly, painting the walls with goodbyes. But Don Luis overlooked one small detail. He did this in front of Catalea, a child, a girl, a survivor. Marco thought he had her. Cornered, defenseless, just another loose end. He reached for the memory card her father had entrusted to her, his voice coated in mock kindness. But behind that innocent face lay something else entirely. A storm, a shadow, a killer in waiting. With a single strike, the knife found its mark, crucifying Marco's hand to the table. Pain twisted his face, but before he could react, she was gone. Her final words hung in the air like a death sentence. "Tell Don Luis, I'm coming for him." And then, the hunt began. Countless men, endless gunfire. A schoolgirl outrunning death itself. Catalea didn't just escape, she danced through danger, slipping through their fingers like a ghost, through alleys, over rooftops, into the darkness where no one dared follow. For the next 15 years, the FBI and CID would need a museum to display her work. 23 bodies, each marked with the same signature, a flower carved into their skin, a message left in silence. They called it the assassin's flower. But they made one fatal error. They assumed their ghost was a man. When they finally traced her, armed and ready, they charged in, thinking this was just another takedown. History, however, had other plans. What followed was a scene straight out of a nightmare. SWAT teams scrambled, agents panicked, and by the time the dust settled, all that remained was the echo of their failure. Because Catalea was never just a killer, she was a force of nature. And her masterpiece wasn't finished yet. She had hunted for years, drawn the enemy closer with each body, all for one final confrontation. When the day came, I witnessed something unforgettable. A fight between a predator and prey who didn't know his role. Catalea didn't just kill, she erased. Every gangster that crossed her path became nothing more than a memory, another chapter in her legend. And then, it was Marco, the man who started it all. They clashed in a storm of fists and steel, a battle written in blood. Marco was strong, he was fast, but Catalea was fate. When the moment came, she delivered his gift, a blade to the throat, swift and absolute. One down, one to go. Don Luis ran, heart pounding, hands shaking as he gripped the wheel of his van. He thought he had escaped, thought he had outrun what was coming for him. And then his phone rang. The voice on the other end wasn't Marco. It was softer, colder, it was Catalea. His threats came fast, empty bravado masking the fear in his throat. But fate had already decided. A single command left her lips, and in the back of the van, the dogs awoke. The last thing Don Luis heard was the sound of his own screams. And just like that, the assassin's flower bloomed one final time. Subscribe to this channel, because more badass movie recap are coming your way.